Everyone, I have been sent this absolutely lovely looking book by Hanna Karlzon, Summer Nights. I know it's not very wintry or Christmassy, but I did want to do the flip through quite quickly because I don't know who sent it. So I wanted to say a big thank you to the person who sent it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I haven't flipped through it yet, but I do love Hanna Karlzon books. I'm really getting into her books at the moment. They're so pretty. So I'm going to do a flip through, and what we'll try and do is find a picture that we can maybe make look a little bit festive, even though it's a summer book. We'll see what we can do. So the cover has gorgeous foiling. This is one of her slightly larger size books, I think. I'm trying to think. Have I got a book here? I've got a piece of A4 paper. Sorry, this is a piece of paper with some tutorials on I'm going to be making soon. Yeah, it's a slightly smaller than the A4 size, a little bit wider and not so high. So that is the size, and it's this very pretty sort of peachy colour, and on the back has a little bit of info and a very pretty key. I'm not going to read it. And we've got a nice black binding like we tend to on her books. So let's have a little look inside. So lovely black end papers. All her books have these. And we have a pretty bug, which maybe that's what we can perhaps colour that one. It's quite a simple one. I quite like the idea of starting with something quite easy in the book. Okay, ooh, so this is a 2016 book, so it's a fairly oldish one, but because I'm only just sort of getting into Hanna Karlzon, I haven't got all of her older books, all of her modern books. I've got getting quite a lot. I've got the Witch's Cottage one, I've got Tales from the Forest, Daydreams and Seasons, and now this one, so I'm feeling very lucky. This one, this book belongs to, has these birds with these lovely beads and keys, very pretty florals as well. And we start with a girl with a very interesting sort of mask on, beautiful butterfly, really interesting picture. Look at all these stars as well. This could almost be festive, but as I said, I might do one of the simpler one at the beginning, but we'll see how it goes. A very pretty pocket watch, look at that. These florals are really lovely as well. I really like that picture. Looks very, very pretty. Oh, and we have a door. I do like colouring doors. I don't know why, but I find them a lot of fun. So that'll be really fun to colour, and some very pretty flowers and toadstools around it, and a grasshopper. He looks fun, doesn't he? Really pretty flowers as well. Oh, I'm so shivering. This desk is so cold. It's making my hands cold. Just some keys. Always fun. You know, there are details on them you can ignore or you can incorporate. So it's an interesting one to do. And the lock. Which one opens the lock? They're all different. So only one of them opens the lock. Very fancy lock. Now we have pretty florals. This is a double page spread. We have lots of bees, caterpillar, a dragonfly, and beetles and things. Really pretty, and that's lovely sort of clover flowers. And these look like pansies. Not a bit like bindweed, or I think, is it called Morning Glory? I'm not sure. All sorts of florals. And a pair of birds, very cute, and some more lovely flowers. It's always a lot of very pretty florals in Hanna Karlzon's books, and a very fancy crown. There's a couple of crowns in, is it Daydreams? I've coloured one of them. They're fun to do, lots of detail, but lovely to sit down and just get lost in, really. Now we have a girl, and she is, glowing like a dandelion. There's all this magic coming out. And see here, I like this idea where you could leave this as if it were a tattoo, or you can just colour it in as if it's a sort of painting or something like that. I think it's really fun. So that's nice. And a butterfly. Lots of florals again. And we've got quite a lot of background here, same as this one, where you can do something or not. Ah, little mice. Look, they're collecting stars. That's really cute. And they've got their crowns on. They're lovely, aren't they? And this one, not sure what sort of beetle this is. Look at this. Very long antenna. Very cute, though. And we always seem to have a few cats, don't we? It's very lovely. Butterfly as well. She's got keys and a house, or maybe several. I think there's probably several buildings. When the toadstool's growing behind, and this looks almost like it could be snowing. Oops, sorry. In the background, we have a whole load of owls. This could be done as a double. Obviously, it matches. Or you could do them as two singles, really. It doesn't matter too much. There's no join between the pictures, but they're obviously very similar style. There's a lot of detail going on in those, but I think I would simplify, you know, just do that whole section as one, not worry about all those little details. But you never know. I might change my mind when I come to do it. Oh, lots of nice clover. We have a couple of spiders. Not good for everyone. And a big spider here. I'm not worried about spiders. I'm quite happy colouring those. Snakes. Now that's a different matter. We'll see whether there's any. Sometimes there is. So here's an owl, looks perching on beautiful gemstones, sort of like quartz, isn't it? Really pretty. And what do we have going on here? Lots of lovely toadstools, a couple of snails, little bug, another snail and a frog. Really nice. What I like about a page like this is a lot of detail, and sometimes you can't spot everything at once, and as you colour it you discover little things in the picture. Like I've just noticed there's some crystals there, you know, and I like that. It's like you're doing almost a little treasure hunt. Now she's very pretty, isn't she? I am going to practice some more faces, and you never know, I might be brave enough to do a tutorial with a large portrait one day. But I need to practice on my own a bit more first. But I am going to do it. Now here are some very pretty flowers with sort of jewels coming out of them. They almost look like fuchsias, I think. So lovely. And these are sort of, I'm thinking geese or swans. I'm not sure which. I've seen this picture coloured actually. You could even do them as flamingos if you wanted a bit of a brighter colour. Well, any colour really. We have a sort of floating house, which is great fun. Fish, lovely jewels. That's a fun one. I like that. Fish here, crown. This one's got a crown, this one hasn't. And wings. How interesting. Very different but fun. Oh, now we have a page with some singles on, which is quite fun. So literally, so I could do some small videos with those maybe. And it's almost like you can practice doing these different types of flowers before you dive in and do them in the, you know, in the big pictures. Maybe. I think that's a fun page. Now look at her. Now that is some tattoo. I think I would just colour it as florals, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know yet, really. A little bird, so cute. Aww, it's so sweet. Look at his hat. And so that I would try and do a sort of gilt frame. It's almost like it's a mirror, isn't it? It's lovely. Now we have a sort of toadstooly picture. Really nice. And a bird on a perch, but look at the tail. Some really pretty flowers there. A sort of circle of stars. Very nice. And an insect. Let's have a little look. So we've got a lovely bug, and we've just got a sort of background around. I think that's lovely. Really pretty. Ooh, couple of frogs. This is again a double, and really is a double because this bit joins. I don't know what this bit is. I assume it's a branch with little toadstools. Yeah, because we've got leaves there. And they've both got houses on their back, different houses. Really fun. Very different. And then we just have a little frog. He's nice. I like frogs and toads too. I haven't seen any for ages. We saw a few along the canal one year. One of them was like that big. So cute. It was on the path, so we tried to sort of chase it off so it didn't get stood on or cycled over or whatever. So here we have a girl, and she is talking to the frog. He's got a crown on, so do you think he's the frog prince? It could be, couldn't he? Some lovely, I would do these yellow, like, is it pondweed or something that has yellow flowers? I can't remember. And you've got lovely lilies as well. It's a really nice picture. Oh, and now we're sort of over and underwater. I find that really interesting. So we've got sky and florals up here, and the damselflies. And then we've got the water boatmen or water beetles, and the fish underneath with sort of bits of gems and whatever these round things are, and a sort of lobster. I think that's good fun. And with the crown, sort of moving around the desk, aren't we? I'm sorry. Right, now we have a house again, great big mushrooms growing out of it, and a snail. Really good fun. Look at a squirrel. Look at the tail on the squirrel. Beautiful florals, and he's got the pocket watch. And we have a lovely bug, very pretty, really nice, and a bird. A mouse, look, being carried along. Now I'm trying to work out what this is. I think it's just a flower, like sitting inside a flower. Interesting one, isn't it? And a girl. I think she looks a little sad. I'd like to try and colour her so she looks happy. I don't really, but she doesn't look too sad. So I hope I could do that. And another, it looks like a stag beetle, I think. But they always look so ornate, the way Hanna draws them, as if they need lots of gemstones. Oh, and now we have a sort of page of practice bugs, which is fun. So we have a ladybird or ladybug, moths, I would say. Looks more like a bee, and beetles, that's my guess. Anyway, and you have some lupins here. These are lupins. I'm not sure what these are. I love that. I love it. We used to have lupins in our garden, and when it rains, a little water droplet gathers in there, and it looks like a little jewel. Gorgeous. The little bugs are carrying around gemstones. Here we have a frog. We've got lots of jewels here. Look, he's got one in his hand. He's sort of collecting a pile of them. Do you think that's what frogs do? Do you think they like gems? And a couple of fish. Oh, snake. I can see it's a necklace. It's not a real snake. It's or a bracelet with gemstones. I'm not sure. I may be able to do it. And here we have honeycomb design with bees. I rather like that. It's interesting. And the birds are carrying the gemstones. It's quite big. Goodness, how are they holding them? And are they taking them to her, do you think? Looks like, excuse me, might be the same sort of, supposed to be a double. And she has one on her head, making up a sort of hat almost under her hair. Really interesting. Ooh, a cockerel. How interesting. Very, very detailed. I would probably try and go with the colours that roosters can be, you know, all the bright reds and greens and yellows, gold sort of yellows and things, and incorporate that into the picture, I would imagine. And this one looks a little bit simpler. Now, at a first glance, I thought these were pine branches with red berries on, like very Christmassy, but actually they're feathers, aren't they? But hey, I'm in a Christmas mood. Now we have a girl. She's obviously going off to a masked ball, I would guess, and interesting outfit, so that's fun. And again, it looks like a mirror with a reflection, which is interesting. I do have some really shiny pens that are reflective that are great for mirrors. Unfortunately, they're oil, like alcohol, so they go through the page, so I couldn't really use it. Sunflowers, caterpillar, and butterflies, very pretty. Ooh, we have a page with lots of jewels, very precious page. Look at all those. Oops. And a woodpecker with a caterpillar. They're so cute, these caterpillars. I really like them. And look what he's found. So what do we have here? We have, I'm trying to work out what those are. I really don't know what these are. They almost look like strawberries, but surely they can't be. And is this like rosemary skewer, or is it a plant with seeds? I don't know. You can do it any way you want. Oh, look at that big bird. I'm trying to think what that is. It's got a saddle on, look. She's going to ride him. It looks like a like a water bird. They usually have those long beaks, like a sandpiper, maybe. Ooh, lots of snaky. Sorry. Nice little bird on a branch. I do like these. They're flowers, very pretty. Now this one, look at all these berries. I do like berries. That's fun to colour. And some birds flying in the rain. These lovely clouds. Really interesting. Oh, and we have a selection of houses to colour. We have a sort of castle. This looks a bit castellation on that one as well. Really nice. Nice dome on that one and that one. Lovely. That'll be fun. We have another bird just flying along. And the mice. Oh, that is such a cute picture. Look how the bird is sheltering the mice from the rain. Look at this one's little face. Just gorgeous. Oh, another pair of birds. Wow, look at those jewels. Very nice. Lots of detail there as well. We have the circle of bugs and a lovely gemstone in the middle. A pair of birds. Lots of pretty florals in that one. And a rabbit. A hare with earrings. Look at those earrings. Lovely. Again, in a sort of frame which could be a mirror, but coming out, so I think a frame for that one, more of a picture frame. And lots of keys to colour. Always fun. We have a page of keys earlier. But they were hanging keys, weren't they, next to the lock near the beginning. So we've got another page of keys. I like colouring keys. That's lucky. We have a pair of storks or cranes. I would probably say cranes. Lots of magic, lots of stars, and very pretty they are too. Ooh, and a newt, I would say, or a salamander. Not sure which. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be underwater or not. I suppose it doesn't matter how you colour it. And a very pretty butterfly. Some nice florals. I guess this is a bat being upside down with wings, but the face looks like a dog. But it's cute. And lots of florals again. And a... what's that? I wonder. I would sort of say a stork, but then the wings are a bit short. I don't know. Very pretty, very elegant. Maybe even a phoenix with this. We have 4 birds, lovely gemstones, and a girl with her crown. And we are 2 little mice snuggled up. And a nice page of mushrooms / toadstools. I think there's a page of those in one of the other books. Is it Susan? No, don't know. Anyway, lovely fun. Ah, cute cat, lots of birds. Cats aren't normally sitting happy with birds like that though, are they? And a very nice butterfly. And we have a girl chilling with cat. Oh, that's a lovely picture. Relaxing with her cats. And a very magical looking key. I'm assuming this might be the last picture. Oh, we have a little bug at the end. Really lovely. And our last page. So we're going to do the bug at the front. As I said, I need to find some paper to put behind it. Oops. I have some here. She lies. Here it is. I popped it in the book to mark a page, so I shall grab it out and mark the page with something else. There we go. Right. It's just a couple of sheets of old paper. There we go. Let's come in a bit closer. Let's think how we can make this look a little bit festive without making it look, because it's the first page, I don't necessarily want it to look like Christmas. But let's have a think what we can do. I've got my Arteza Expert Pencils here. I just grabbed them as I came through. They were on the top of my pile. No other reason. Maybe we can do a sort of ruby reds for the body. But is it a wasp or a bee with this stripe? I think it probably is a... no, I'm going to go with the red idea. Why not? I'm just going to start with a carmine red. It's a nice red. I'm going to do this part of the body. Now these bits are quite tricky to work out what's going on. What I'm going to do is to just put down a base colour of red on this bit and then get going. Now those of you who get a brand new book and then worry about colouring it because you might spoil it, try recording a flip through in colour. You can't. You've just got to go for it. And yeah, it takes all that fear away. But I am trying to just work out what's going on in here. I think that would be there. I think that, sorry for the lack of talking. Intense concentration. I think that would be a gap too. Okay, so now I've done that, it's going to help me do these little squiggly bits in a minute. And I need to think about what I'm actually doing with this. What I want it is to be a little bit darker at the bottom. So I'm just going to put some more layers down here to start with. And just sort of mark out what I want to do. Dark on the edge. And then less in the middle. I'm going to sharpen actually because I think I want it quite dark underneath those squiggly bits. So I find once I've started a book, that's me in it. It doesn't matter then what I do. And there's no such thing as messing it up, ruining it. You can't ruin a book. I've heard people tearing pages out and things. It makes me sad. You know, surely it can't look that terrible that you have to rip it out. You know. So I'm just fiddling around really now with colour. Trying to think about what I want. I want to try and make this look like it's more sticking out. That's how it's drawn, I think, and it just, you can enhance that with the colour by putting it more intense colour side and bottom. I could use a different colour to make it even darker, but I'm quite happy with just using this one. And I'm going to go in with an even darker colour for these squiggly bits, and then I will decide whether I need more of the carmine red. So I'm going to use the magenta, which is actually very red in this set. I think I'm just going to block them in because they're so fine that trying to do anything much more with them is going to be difficult. Now I may be colouring bits that shouldn't be them, if that makes sense, that should be background instead, but I'm not going to get too worried about it. If someone's going to be looking at my picture with a magnifying glass going, look, she's coloured the wrong bit there, I think they've got the problem, not me. Don't want to worry about it. It should be fun, relaxing, you know, don't worry. Right, I want that to be quite intense. Now I'm feeling that I'm not too keen on seeing this white paper all around here. What I'm going to do is grab a darker red, the passion fruit red. I'm just going to sharpen it a bit. Enhance the sides and bottom with this so that I can make it darker. Like that, just take it in a little bit. And then grab the carmine red and go back over all these bits to just make it look less white. Not really seeing. I think it's okay. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Now, Let's move down onto this lower part of the body. I'm going to use the magenta again, and I'm going to do these bits here. I'm going to make them darker here and lighter to the tip on each of them. Gosh, the red is quite bold, isn't it? But I want to make it look festive. And why does it have to be like a traditional colour? There we go. I'm going to keep this in my hand and I'm going to do these. And I'm going to sort of ignore that loopy bit on the edge. I'm just going to pretend it's part of the whole thing. And this bit and this bit, I'm going to colour all those bits in the same colour, just to make it a little bit easier because there's so much detail going on. And all the way across. And then I'm going to follow the same pattern through, so oops, all the way down here. It keeps it, makes it a bit simpler for me because there is an awful lot of detail going on, which is very pretty but can also be daunting. So if you keep to a more limited colour palette and separate it into sections like this, then it makes it easier. So that's nice. You can hear my tumble dryer. I hope it's not too noisy. I don't think it really is. Trying to get ahead with jobs today because I'm out one of the days of the weekend. I'm thinking that these dots and these bits might look best too. I'm going to try and put it down quite intensely on these. Now I feel that the main body part needs to be a different colour, so I'm going to do that later. I'm going to continue with this colour on the face and do these bits in a similar way. It should all tie in. That one had red on it anyway. Okay, I'm going to grab my, the magenta was what I used for these, wasn't it? I'm just going to darken them up a bit. Some of them are a bit pale. There we go. Now the main sort of body head colour, I'm thinking silver, so I'm going to grab the pewter grey. Okay, let's give it a sharpen and I'll show you. Now let's start with the head, and I'm not going to worry about the eye at the minute. Go in here with, with a dark layer, and then start to do less layers and leave a white bit in the middle there. My hope is that it will look a bit shiny like silver. I'm going to block in that little nose bit. Now for these, similar, dark at each end, leave a white bit. I'm going to do that on all of the limbs. I don't know if limbs is the right name when it's a insect, but anyway, I've said it now. There we go. I've just noticed we've got a little bit there. I'm just going to go over it. Okay. Now I don't know if this is an eyelid or the eye. I'm going to worry about that in a bit. Not now. This bit, I'm going to do the same. So we're going to, although it's drawn so it's darker here, I'm still going to try and get that little bit of a shine in so it looks silvery. And I'm hoping that the festive feeling works well. I know it's summer, summer nights. You don't have to take my approach. I'm just in a festive mood. It's December after all. It's fun making it shiny anyway. Gosh, it's cold in here. Oh, it's so cold in here. I'm going to check the radiator, see what temperature it's on in a bit. Right, now for this part, I'm going to do a darker edge and then fade towards the centre. Leave a little bit of white either side like that. And just follow the same pattern through. So hopefully we get a sort of little white shine line down the middle. Looks like some sort of exotically decorated cake with all these pearls, sort of these drop bits and things. I can imagine those around the side of a wedding cake. Do you wonder where these everyone gets their ideas from? So clever. Okay. Now, still thinking about those eyes. I'm going to leave them for a minute. No, I'm not. I'm going to just do them. I'm going to grab a black. I'm going to do black eyes. Need to be sharp. It's called Noir. And I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to try and leave a white bit in the middle, like a little bit of shine, not too much. I can't see that. Where's my brush? Here it is. I've got such a lot of stuff on my desk. There we go. Let's try and build up that black a little bit. My pencil's shedding. There we go. Now wings. What festive colour would you do the wings? Me? Green. What sort of green should I pick? I am thinking that the emerald green might look rather good. Now we've got a lot going on here in the wings. I want to really simplify it to make it easier for myself. Now it looks to me like we've got a sort of border top of each wing, and I'm thinking maybe I would just block that in to start with quite hard, and that'll provide a sort of starting place for me. And the same with this one. Excuse me. So I've layered that up, and that will be my darkest part, I think. Now I know this is a strange colour for a wing, and it's not very delicate either. Sometimes bugs' wings are really delicate. Depends. Butterflies are much more brightly coloured, but bees and things quite light. Now, I think I'm going to start dark there and get lighter with the dark bit. A bit lighter on this one, so darker where they meet, and then lighter towards the edge. And then the same on these, trying to make them a little lighter on the tip. Quite difficult, they're small. And the background I want really light, so I'm just going to very gently colour it like that. Now make this a bit darker. There we go. And we'll do a similar thing here. So darker here to lighter. This bit a bit darker. And then a light background there, like that. I think maybe that could do with being a little bit darker. Yeah, and let's block that one in. Okay, so we'd come over and do the same on this side. So I'm just going to copy what I've done really. But sometimes I would cut the video, but I won't because it's not much. So yeah, so it gives me another opportunity to say thank you to the person who sent this to me. I have a feeling I might know who it was, but there was no gift receipt in the Amazon parcel. It was quite funny when it came actually, because I had a phone call and I couldn't really understand what the chappie was saying. It was a very bad line, and he said he was saying he had an Amazon delivery for me. So it helped me to work out that it must have been something off my wish list, because I hadn't ordered anything, and how else would anyone know my phone number? But no, I don't know who it is, but it's absolutely lovely and I'm feeling so happy and grateful, so thank you so much. I know I turned the snake page over quickly, but I'm gonna have to one day. Someone will say to me, let's do a buddy colour, and I'll pick that page and I'll just have to be brave and do it. So okay, now finishing touch. I want this to, what's on the back of it? Yeah, I want this to sparkle. So I'm going to use my number 700 pen to do the wings sparkly. So I'm just going to go over the whole wing with the pen to make it, cover it with glitter. I had thought about maybe doing some stickles, but I can't put them on very thinly unless I'm really careful. And I actually thinking with the how delicate animals' wings tend to be, the smaller glitter seems to help give that impression better. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I do have some lovely stickles. I haven't used some of the ones that I've got, new ones, yet. I'm looking forward to doing so. But I have got some Christmas downloads to do, so I can do as much as I like on those. Now let me just see if that has worked. You can't even see it. There you go. Oh, shiny, 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 shiny. So there he is. So thank you for watching. I hope that was okay. He does look, I think he looks quite festive, but it's all a matter of opinion, isn't it? But fun and cute as well, I think. Very, very cutely drawn. So thank you all for watching, as I said, and a big thank you to whoever gifted this to me. It's beautiful, and I will have many, many hours of fun with it. Thank you all for watching. Have a very lovely Friday, and happy colouring.